All right, another year, another zero to prime. Club Royale tier credits have reset, and it's time to earn 2,500 points to hit prime for 2026. First up, Freedom of the Seas. So it's been a while since I've been on Freedom, a few years as a matter of fact, and I have to say the ship is actually starting to show its age, which, makes sense. It's well used. And you can see some of the common areas are starting to show a little bit of weathering, but still, I love this ship. I love the layout. I love the casino. I love the fact that Playmakers is right next to the casino, so you can stop and have a snack, or, playoffs were on while I was on the ship, so watching some hockey was great as well. Freedom of the Seas actually just came out of dry dock, and they added a few interesting things, including something I'll show you in a little bit. Here's the room I was in. It's standard interior, nothing to complain about, super comfortable, it's got everything that you need. I quite enjoyed it. So what about the upgrades on the ship? So outside of some new slot machines in the casino, which I'll show you in future videos, the big addition is the non-smoking casino on the promenade deck. It's in the spot that used to be Bolero's, and the cool thing about it is it's conveniently located at the top of the stairs to the regular casino. One of the best things about this new casino is it's got a bar in there. That's great. That's what a lot of the other non-smoking casinos are missing, and it's really great to have a bar in this casino. Not a bad casino, one of the best ones I've seen for non-smoking on Royal Caribbean. It's got a good variety of machines. Of course, it is a little bit on the small side, but a good alternative for people who really don't want to be around the smoke in the regular casino. All right, on to how I did on this sailing of Freedom of the Seas. Now, I wanted to earn 500 points on this 4-night. I thought that'd be a good start. I've got all year to earn 2,500 points. So getting 500 points in the first sailing is a good base to build on. So day number one was a bit of a struggle bus. I put $150 in, and that went so fast. As a matter of fact, I only earned 35 points in that first $150. So generally speaking, I have a $100 budget a day. So, logically I should have stopped there and just cut my losses for day one. But of that $150, $100 was onboard credit that I got from earning points with my Royal Caribbean Visa. So that was kind of like free money. And then I also got $50 worth of free play on this offer. So really, I didn't put any of my own money in. I did, however, put in another $100 of my money. I ended up cashing $50 out. So that means overall I lost $200 on day one, but only $50 of real money. I spent almost 4 hours in the casino. I earned 165 points, and my return to player was 76%, which is not great. And that doesn't include the $50 worth of free play because you don't earn points with free play. So day two, I was looking for a bit better of a result, and that wasn't happening. I put another $200 in. I started with my 50-25 from day one. I again cashed out with $50, so I ended up losing $200 on day two. I spent about 3 hours in the casino. I earned 121 points, and my return to player was a measly 67%. Yikes. All right, day three, things started to turn around a little bit. So I started with my $50 that I cashed out on the previous day. I added another $200 of my own money, but this time I cashed out with $160, so I lost $90. I earned 129 points on day three, and my return to player was much better, 86%. I will take that any day. So day number 4 was the savior. I started with my $160 that I cashed out on day 3, and I didn't put any additional money in. I started hitting some bonuses, sustaining, playing through. It was going pretty good. And then this happened. I hit the major on dancing drums. It's a bit of a funny story, actually. So I had 2 cash out tickets from the previous day, and one of them was for $20. And I kind of walked by the dancing drums. I hadn't played it yet on the sailing. And the pot was full, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna play through this $20 ticket. So I started playing, and there was no sound on this machine, and I really hate that. I like the sounds. It's part of the fun for me. So I was thinking about just cashing out and playing one of the other ones, but I figured, nah, I'll just play it through. So I'm spinning, I'm kind of half paying attention, and then I hit the bonus. So I started just mashing the coins because it doesn't really matter and you're always gonna win the mini anyway. So I hit them, and I was looking on my phone, and I thought I had hit the mini, and then I looked up and it said major. I won $1,080.40. I ended up cashing out for the night at $1,165. I spent 4.25 hours in the casino. I earned 237 points. And my return to player was a staggering 184%. So here's the summary for the cruise. Total, I spent 14.75 hours in the casino over 4 nights. That's just about 3.5 hours a day. I put in $650 total, so $500 of real cash. I cashed out at $11.65, which means I netted $515. I earned 652 points, which is fantastic because my goal was 500. My return to player for the cruise was 115%. Really amazing. No complaints. Now, obviously, if I wouldn't have hit that major, things would have been a little bit different. I would have said that the cruise overall was a success, but not a great success. But this is why you play certain games, because some games will give you majors, so you got to know which ones those are. I've got a lot of breakdowns on slot machines throughout my channel, machines to play and not to play. If you're like me, you're trying to spend less, you're trying to increase your ADT and earn those marketing comps. So my next Royal Caribbean cruise is Grandeur of the Seas in August, one of my favorite ships. I'm cruising with one of my favorite people. Grandeur Casino is always pretty good to me, so I'm looking to build. It's a 7-night, so I think I want to earn between 700 and 1,000 points, which will get me well over half of my way to Prime for 2026. Up next in the Freedom Series next Sunday is going to be every single penny that I spent to go on this free cruise. So port fees, taxes, gratuities, parking, travel, all that good stuff. What did I actually pay to sail for free? And then of course, I'll also have the video on the slots I recommend you do and don't play on Freedom of the Seas if you're trying to earn comps. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel and click the notification bell if you want to know when my next video comes out. As always, I really appreciate you watching.